Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, My Biology Cafe. Today we are going to discuss about the very important topic of class 10 life process, that is excretion in animal and excretion in plants. So I have already started the series of lecture on the chapter number 6, that is the life process, and this is my lecture number 9. Okay, so in this module we are going to discuss about the excretion. What is excretion? We will define the excretion. After that we will be focusing on the human excretory system, then how the urine is formed, artificial kidney, and then excretion in plants. So you can see, you will get the idea from this picture. This is the picture of human kidney. So let's get started. Excretion. So basically, what is excretion? So excretion is the process of removing metabolic waste or nitrogen waste from the body, that is called the excretion. Now from where this metabolic waste is generated? Whatever the food we eat, that is digested and absorbed into the blood, and it reaches to the cell. When there is food is broken down there, so certain metabolic waste are arise, and those metabolic waste or nitrogenous waste from the cell need to be removed. So there is a excretion for that. Why there is a need of excretion? Excretion is a very important to remove, because in excretion what do? We remove all the waste material from the body. What will happen if we are not removing the waste material from the body? So it will become poisonous and it can create lots of problem in our system. So it's a very important to remove waste material from our body. Excretion also help to get rid of certain salt, nitrogenous waste, urea and uric acids. It also help to regulate the fluid content or water balance in the human body. Osmoregulation is a very important term. It is used for the fluid and pH balance of the body. Okay. Now, during excretion, the animals are producing different nitrogenous waste. What, and on the basis of that, the organism has been divided into three categories that we are going to see. So nitrogenous waste which is being produced by the organism can be ammonia, it can be urea, or it can be uric acid. Now the ammonia is a very toxic substance. Urea is little bit less toxic, and then uric acid is not soluble, completely soluble in water. So the nitrogenous waste ammonia, which is very toxic, it is released or it is produced by most aquatic animals, including the bony fish. And the animals that produce ammonia in excretion, they are called ammonotelic animals. Then urea, which is quite less toxic, we all are producing urea in our excretion. So mammals, most of the amphibians and shark produce urea, and the animals which produce urea, they are known as the ureotelic animals. Now the organism which produce uric acids, they are reptiles, birds, insect, land snails, etc. And the animal which produce uric acid, they are known as uricotelic animals. I hope it is clear. Let's go to the next slide. Yes, excretion happening in our body. We are a very complex organism, but this excretion procedure is also happening in the single cellular animals like amoeba, paramecium. Okay, So how the excretion in simple organism take place? Unicellular organism can remove waste by the simple process called diffusion across their cell membrane, but complex organisms like the animals require a complex system or excretory organ. So in the simplest organism or unicellular organism, diffusion is the process by which they remove their metabolic waste. But in a complex organism or multicellular organism, they have complex organ system to remove this waste material. So in amoeba, they excrete through the simple diffusion. Hydra excrete through the simple diffusion. Their surface act as the diffusing membrane. You can see here the oxygen is getting inside and the carbon dioxide is diffused out into the environment. Okay, excretion in human. So human being, we all know it is a very complex organism, multicellular organism, and they have excretory system for this work. Okay, so excretory organs in the human being के अंदर कौन कौन से organ है जो excretion में participate करते हैं? So we have liver, we have skin, we have lungs, and we have kidney. These all four organs involved in excretion of substance from our body. Now liver excrete bile pigment and feces via intestine. Skin remove certain urea, excess water, and excess salt in the form of sweat. Lungs remove carbon dioxide and excess water during the expiration. Kidney remove the urea, excess water, and salt in the form of urine. It also purifies the blood. Right? Now, this is the structure of human excretory system. So basically human excretory system consists of pair of kidney. You can see number 1, number 2. So they are in pair. A pair of ureters. You can see 1 and 2. These both are ureters. A urinary bladder. Yes, you can see this muscular bag-like structure is called the urinary bladder, and urethra. The opening of this urinary bladder, a cylindrical tube, is called the urethra. You can see here renal arteries and renal vein. Now this renal artery brings the blood into the kidney. This renal artery brings the blood into the kidney. Now this blood will get filtered here and it will be coming back out of the kidney through the renal vein. Now this renal artery entering into the both the kidney. We will see this process in our next slide. Okay, so structure and function of different part of this excretory system. So kidney generally two in numbers. They are having bean shape. They are reddish brown in color. Yes, they are located at the dorsal abdominal back side, either side of the vertebral column. See, dorsal means back side. Your vertebral column, you can see it is at your back side. This kidney is present on the both side of your vertebral column. Generally the length is 4 to 5 inches. इसकी width होती है around 2 inches and जो weight होता है near about 140 to 150 grams. किडनी का फंक्शन है filter the blood and remove dissolved nitrogenous waste from it. So ये हो गया किडनी का फंक्शन. Now ureter. See, this is the kidney. You can see this is the kidney which filters the blood and remove the salt and nitrogenous waste from the blood. Ureter is a tube-like structure connecting the kidney with the urinary bladder. This structure that you see arising from the kidney and connecting this urinary bladder, This is called the ureter. Urinary bladder is expandable muscular sac like structure. This is a sac like structure, or you can say a bag like structure, okay, which is a muscular in nature, and it is under the nervous control. It stores the urine for some time. What is the function of urinary bladder? So it stores the urine. Whatever the urine will form in the kidney, it will be coming into the urinary bladder through the ureter, and it will be stored, and it is under the nervous control. As and when it will get full, there will be the signal from the nervous system that the urine should be removed out. Urethra, it is the opening tube through which the urine is released outside the body. So urethra is the opening via which this urine will be removed out of the body, right? The renal artery and renal vein. This renal artery brings the impure blood into the kidney. So you can see this renal artery is bringing the blood, impure blood means which will having the waste material into it, okay, into the kidney, and it is getting filtered in the kidney. So in the kidney what will happen? The impure substance will be filtered, okay, in the kidney, and the pure blood came out with the veins from the kidney, and after filtration those blood will come out into the veins, renal veins. I hope it is clear. We will be explaining the same thing in the next slide in little bit detail. So see, this is the structure, internal structure of the kidney. If you see very carefully, this is the renal artery. Now this renal artery entering into the kidney, and it gets filtered. It gets filtered, and then it is returning back in the form of this renal vein. See, this is forming a kind of blood capillary over here. So once the blood is filtered, this renal artery take the impure blood in, filtered, and this renal vein brings the pure blood out of the kidney. Now this region that you are seeing is cortex region. This is the cortex region, and this small triangular pyramidal structure that you are seeing, these form the medullary region. Okay, now whatever the things will be filtered out, they are going to collect here. Okay, so this is called the calyx. This is called the calyx. Whatever the filtrate you will get from all these tubules, nephrons are present here, they will come into the calyx. Now this calyx together makes this ureter. So urine will come into this ureter. Now when you see the expand view of this portion, so here is it. So you will get this kind of structure which is called nephron, and here in a kidney we have millions of nephron which is filtering the blood. Now how they are filtering the blood? So try to understand here. This is the nephron. Okay, we will see the nephron in a larger diagram. What is happening into this nephron is the blood. See, this is artery which is bringing the impure blood. This artery is bringing the impure blood, will go into this portion. Here the filtration will take place. Whatever the waste is there, it will go into this tubules, right? Now this blood is getting filtered and it is getting pure. So that pure blood will come into this capillaries and it will come into this vein, जिसको हम बोलते हैं renal vein. I hope it is clear. Artery bring impure blood. It is getting filtered into the nephron, and those bloods are coming out from this vein. Okay. Now how this filtration take place? We will see these things in detail with the different steps. Okay. Okay. So nephron. Yes, just now we were talking about the nephron. Nephron. Each kidney is composed of 1 million microscopic nephron. Millions of microscopic nephron is present inside single kidney. This is the long coiled tube which with one cup-like end that fits over a mass of capillaries. ठीक है क्या है? So there is a long coil tube. You will see this structure. It's a highly coiled structure, and there is a cup like structure at one end with the mass of capillary. You can see these are the capillary, the bunch of capillary you can see. The other end opens into a duct that collects the urine. We will see in the next slide how this urine is formed and go into the collecting duct. Now the cup of nephron, we are talking about this cup shape. The cup of nephron is also called glomerulus capsule. What we call this structure? Glomerulus capsule, and another name is Bowman capsule. So this is Bowman capsule, the yellow structure that you are seeing. Now in this structure you can see the tuft of capillary or ball of capillary, and this is called glomerulus. This is called glomerulus. See, there is a difference. This is glomerulus capsule and this is glomerulus, or this is Bowman's capsule and this is glomerulus, where the filtration will take place. It is the integral part or part inside the Bowman's capsule is called the glomerulus. Now what happened here? See, the blood is entering into this Bowman capsule. Okay, here the filtration will take place. This arrow shows the waste material will come into this Bowman capsules. Then blood will get filtered here, and then the blood is going out of this Bowman's capsule. Means filtered blood will go out. What happened? This filtrate. So whatever the filtrate is collected in this Bowman capsule will go into this tube. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is the structure of nephron. Okay, so you can see here this is Bowman capsule, also called glomerulus capsule. Okay, now in this Bowman capsule, this tuft of this capillary, the bunch of capillary that you are seeing is the glomerulus, where there will be the filtration of blood taking place. Now this is afferent arteriole bringing the impure blood into this glomerulus. The filtration will happen. All the filtrate will come into these tubules, and after filtration this blood will exit out of this glomerulus with the help of efferent arteriole. So impure blood in, filtration happen, and pure blood will come out with the efferent arteriole. A, you can understand A for arrival, E for exit. After the filtration in the Bowman capsule, the filtrate will come into highly coiled structure that is called proximal convoluted tubules. Now this filtrate will pass through these tubes. There will be the reabsorption, and then certain secretion will take place. Now you can see this U pin like structure. That part is known as loop of Henle, and then at the post region again there is a coiling of this tube that is called the distal convoluted tube, and this distal convoluted tubule or DCT is connecting with the collecting duct, which is again connected with the many nephrons. This is the broad view of Bowman capsule. Here is afferent arteriole, which is bringing the impure blood along with the lots of nutrient, amino acids, sugars. Okay, here the blood is entering with the force, and so that the waste material will release into this Bowman capsule. These all are the filtrate, or you can say the waste material. Here the pressure is so high, along with some waste material, sometimes certain glucose molecule or amino acids along with certain ions are also coming out of this blood. Here the filtration will take place. Now the pure blood will go out with efferent arteriole. I hope this structure is very clear. See, this is the just magnified part of this, and this is here. So all the filtrate will go into the tubules. Okay. Okay. Urine formation, it involves three processes, that is filtration, reabsorption and secretion. Now this filtration is also called the glomerular filtration, and reabsorption is also known as the tubular reabsorption and tubular secretion. So this is the three major process that leads to the formation of urine. Now what happened in the filtration? The excretory tubules collect the filtrate. These tubules collect the filtrate from the blood. Yes, this is the blood. Water and the solute are forced by the blood pressure across the selective permeable membrane of capillaries into the excretory tubules. Okay, so blood is moving with the high pressure, and this pressure leads to the throwing out of the waste material from the blood, because this is the capillary which is semi-permeable in nature, which will allow the waste material to come into this Bowman capsule. This is also known as the ultrafiltration. So this is the mechanism of urine formation. You can see this is afferent arteriole, this is glomerulus, this is efferent arterioles. Here the filtration will take place, and whatever the liquid will collected here, that will be considered as a filtrate. Now this filtrate will have urea, uric acid and various nitrogenous waste material. But along with that, some glucose molecules are also filtered over here. Some amino acid is also filtered over here. Some other important materials are also filtered, because this is having the porous nature. So along with the impurities, some important materials are also filtered here, and filtrate is formed. So here is an enlarged picture of glomerulus. You can see this is bringing the blood, that is afferent arteriole. Here the solute particles, the smaller particle, glucose particles, along with the metabolic waste are filtered. And here this what again the blood, pure blood will move out of this woman capsule. Now whatever the filtrate is collected, they will go into this proximal convoluted tubule. This is the enlarged view how this solute particle, the small metabolic waste, is transferring from this capillary into this Bowman capsule space. You can see this is the glomerulus, this is the glomerulus capsule, and there is a space where the filtrate will collect, and then it will enter into this PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule. The PCT is just next part of this Bowman capsule. Second step is tubular reabsorption. Okay. What happened during the filtration process is certain glucose molecules, certain amino acids, along with the metabolic waste, enters into the renal tubule during the filtration. Now these important molecules need to be reabsorbed, right? So in the filtrate there is certain glucose molecules, some amino acids, phosphate groups, sodium ion, calcium ions, carbonate ion, and water, which is very important. They are reabsorbed here in this renal tubule. They are reabsorbed. So filtrate are having some important nutrients that are reabsorbed by this tubule, such as the glucose or sugar molecules, amino acids, and they are sent back into this blood. Here you will find the blood capillary around these tubules, so that the reabsorption can take place. Here the very important information: in one day this much water liter filtration, means urine formation take place. Water is passing through. Means 180 liter water is passed through this nephron per day, and this much urine is formed, around 0.5 to 1.5 liter a day. The third very important step is secretion. Okay, so the other substance are extracted from the body fluid and they are added into this content of the excretory tubules. So you can see here, this is the composition of filtration. Okay, here in the filtrate you will find certain water, NaCl, potassium ions, hydrogen, carbonate ion, urea, glucose, amino acid, and some drugs also. Okay, so what happens, whatever the important thing is there, they will be reabsorbed. But along with that, what will happen during the post reason, some potassium ion, hydrogen ion, and ammonium ions along with certain drugs are secreted in this tubule along with the urine, and they are finally collected into this collecting duct. So this is the final urine form. Okay, and after that it will be excreted. It will go into the ureters and then go to the urinary bladder. Okay, now excretion is here, the expel concentrated urine, that is nitrogenous waste plus solute plus toxin from the body, that is the excretion. So these were the 4 steps of urine formation. I hope this is clear. The blood, then whatever the amount of filtration is here, some amino acid, glucose, and these things are reabsorbed, and then this is the loop of Henle, and here the secretion takes place, and after the secretion the concentrated urine is formed. So here we are finishing with the urine formation and their steps. Okay, now very important topic, that is the artificial kidney. This is a very important from the examination point of view also. What is artificial kidney and to whom we need to give this artificial kidney? So you know, in our country there are a number of patients who is having the kidney failure. Now if there is a kidney failure, there is a big problem because the blood is not going to filter, right? And if the blood is not going to filter, the metabolic waste will accumulate into our body and it will become toxic. Okay, so it's a very important for our body to remove the nitrogenous waste on a regular interval of time. Okay, so here we have the artificial kidney for the solution purpose, those who are having the kidney failure, so they can use the hemodialysis procedure. Artificial kidney or hemodialyzer work on the principle of dialysis. They work on the principle of dialysis, which is the diffusion of small solid molecule through the semi-permeable membrane. So the veins, the capillaries are there, the vein and arteries are there. They are having the tube through which the small solutes can diffuse into the medium according to the concentration gradient. Now blood is removed from the body and pumped by a machine outside the body into a dialyzer. Okay, that is called artificial kidney. What happened? The blood from our body is pumped into a machine through the tube. Now while passing through the tube, this blood will get purified. Whatever the nitrogenous waste is there, it will be diffused into this solution and the pure blood will return back into our body. The dialyzer filters metabolic waste product from the blood and then return the purified blood into the person, right? This dialyzer filter the metabolic waste from the body. The total amount of fluid returned can be adjusted. A person typically undergo hemodialysis center. Okay, those who are having the kidney failure, they have to go to the centers. We have different centers in different hospitals. Dialyzer machine is there where you can go every week and you can have the dialysis. Disalate is the solution used by the dialyzer. Okay, so we have the dialyzer also and it need to be change on the regular basis. So I think you are clear with the artificial kidney. Who is required the artificial kidney, also known as the artificial kidney or hemodialysis. The process is called the hemodialysis process. Those who are having kidney failure issue, they can use this artificial kidney for the survival. This is a person who is going through the hemodialysis. Now you can see the artery are brought out and the blood is passed through the dialyzer machine. These are the tubes through which the blood is passing. Now while passing the blood, what is happening here? So blood with the waste product, when passing through the tube in the dialysate, the waste molecule, that is yellow in color, they will diffuse into this machine, into this liquid, into this solution. So the blood will get purified. Now once the blood is get purified, it will be sent back into the vein of the man. Here in this machine you can see this is the dialyzing solution, and this is the tube through which the diffusion will take place. All the metabolic waste from the blood will come into this solution, and then this solution is brought here. It is the used dialyzing solution which is containing the urea and the excess salt. I hope this artificial kidney is clear with you. Let's go to the next slide. Excretion in plant. Yes, a very short topic, but yes, sometimes they ask in the examination. So what happened in plant when we are talking about the excretion? So we all know the photosynthesis take place in the plant. Now what are the product of the photosynthesis? So there is a formation of food. Along with food there is a formation of water and oxygen. So in the photosynthesis process, the oxygen is considered as a waste product for the plant. So oxygen is a waste product which is utilized during the respiration by the other animals and plant. Okay, but during photosynthesis it is a waste. Water is also produced. It is lost in the form of water vapor during the transpiration. So water is also considered as a waste product for the plant. Now carbon dioxide. Yes, plant also do respiration, and we know the definition of respiration. It is the utilization of food inside the cell to produce energy. So when there is oxidation of food, there is a formation of carbon dioxide. Now this plant also having the cell which do respiration, and during respiration the carbon dioxide is formed. So carbon dioxide is also waste product for the plant. Along with these things, plant also excrete in the form of resin, gums, alkaloid like the quinine. Plants also excrete through the leaf and the bark. So here we are finishing with the very important topic, a very small topic, that is the excretion in plant. I hope you like this video and it is very informative to you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share it. And if you want the notification of next video, hit the red subscribe button. You will get the notification of all the video. Thanks for watching.